Boys, we're here. Patches going live, 1:30. I'm ready to dive into this stuff. Okay, so I guess start off the top. Gameplay. Alternate proportion of experience required to get level 2 compared to subsequent levels allows healthier experience gain overall when it comes to gaining experience via laning, jungling, and hero kills. All three areas of experience gain will now be able to be balanced and altered more freely and accurately under this new leveling system. It now takes 280 experience to get to level 2 instead of 90. This amount increases by 100 experience for each subsequent level instead of 50. Also, experience sources have been rebalanced to accommodate with the new system. Okay, so right off the bat, XP. I'm hoping you can't level 1 cheese your jungle with a level 3 off a camp and a buff. But we'll see how this plays actually in game. It's hard to kind of judge like how this stuff is going to work out until we actually have our hands on the game, which should be in right about an hour. Kill gold next XP. Do you guys want me to read these, or do you just want me to go over this stuff? I'll just go over the stuff. Okay. So kills, gold, and XP. Heroes on a higher kill streak are worth more gold. With the first kill worth 300 gold, and subsequent kills worth 300, 450, yada yada yada, up to 1,000 etc. Okay, so that's good. Killing players on a kill streak is going to be a lot more beneficial. A kill streak starts at 2 kills, so just going to infinitely scale up, it looks like. Heroes on a higher death streak are worth less and less gold, with the second death worth 270 gold and subsequent deaths going down. Okay, so same way as the kills are going up as you gain more. It's going to go down when you're on a death streak. That's all normal. These systems were in place before, but they weren't really working as intended, or not that optimally. So this whole patch looks like it's getting ready to really revamp the game into more of like a MOBA and less team brawlery. But let's keep going. Assist gold is always 150 except for death streak kills, which are half. So for those of you that didn't know, assists before were working extremely badly, in my opinion. So assists were allowing death ball teams that were just running around killing people to get ahead whenever they can't lane. So if you weren't laning, you were just going around fragging people, you're getting way too much XP, way too much gold when you should have been falling behind. Explain your opinions on patch bullet points if you can. Sure, I'll go. So once we're done with the gameplay, I'll go in more depth with everything. And group kills grant hero experience that is based on the victim's hero level and is split equally amongst all members that participate in the kill. Solo killers receive all the experience themselves with an additional percentage amount on top of that. This percentage amount changes throughout levels 1. This percentage amount changes throughout level 1 through 8. Okay, so this is huge. This might be the biggest system change that's under your guys' radar that you don't know yet, but after seeing like these actual numbers, I am a tester for Strange Matter Studios. I do get to see stuff early. This is going to make a huge difference with XP on solo kills. A killer gains 15% more experience for each level they are below their victim and receives 15% less experience for each hero level they are above their victim. There's a cap of 60% for the decreases and no cap for the increases. This was previously only 7% and had no cap. So essentially, if you're level like 12 and you're killing a level 6 guy, you're not really going to get much. But if you're a level 6 somehow killing a level 12, you're probably going to get at least a level or maybe a level and a half of XP. The split experience granted from lane minions has been reduced from 30% additional experience to 25%. That's kind of sleeper, but it still makes a difference. So overall in gameplay for the economy, really strong economy switches favoring laning more, having more focus on laning, and less of this death ball-y Countess jungle 3 mages stuff that we've been seeing a lot lately. So this should really help smooth out the laning phase more and make the game less death ball-y. Basic attack projectiles. Basic attack projectile speed has been increased by 20%. This is huge. I'm sure a lot of you guys that have played know that autos feel kind of scuffed, so this should help a lot with letting you do more DPS or just hit more autos when you're trading. Heroes. It's part of ongoing improvements for our quest to make Fall even more juicy, dude. More tweaks to the camera system, player movement, and the movement animations are in order. These changes should combine to make it feel like player movement is not slow and cumbersome. Hero camera FOV decreased slightly, and camera resistance tweaked. Hero acceleration increased slightly, and hero movement animation speed increased. So that's good. We'll have to see what it's like actually when we're in game. But I'm assuming it's just gonna be smoother, like they said. Movement speed is a core aspect behind the design of heroes, combat, and the map, and in order to delineate each hero into their separate classes and have these classes have distinct combat advantages, disadvantages, and playstyles, a convention that has been established for all current and future heroes' base movement speed. This is actually really big. Hero base movement speed has been tweaked according to what class each hero is in. Base movement speeds of the classes from low to high are as follows: range carries and burst casters. So this is like your Twin Blast, Murdoch, and your Gideon probably is the only burst caster. Range casters and range supports, tanks and melee supports, bruisers, melee assassins, and fighters. So essentially, what this means is your carries and burst casters are going to have slightly lower move speed, and then your melee assassins and fighters are going to have slightly higher move speed than them. From talking to Jamson, one of the main gameplay designers for Fault, I think the difference is like 40 move speed from the fastest to the slowest. So it doesn't make a huge difference, but it definitely you'll have to position better as an ADC. And this is, don't read into this too much. The speed is not that different. Lane minions, boys, this is what we needed. The amount of melee and range minions that spawn from the beginning of the match have been increased from 2 melee and 2 range to 3 melee and 3 range. So that's 2 more creeps total. Additional melee and range minions no longer spawn per wave at certain periods over the course of a match. Okay, that's good. Melee and range minion health, damage, hero experience, and gold bounties have all been redistributed properly across the new amount of minions. The percent of max health dealt per shot as true damage from structures against minions has been increased from 35% to 45%, and melee minions from 45% to 70%. This right here, this chunk, last hitting is going to be so much more crisp. It's so much easier. Before, the melee creeps took 3 tower shots to kill, to get into kill range with an auto. Now they're going to take 2, and the range minions were 2 tower shots before. Now they should be 1. And melee health, or minion health, has gone down across the board. So last hitting should be a lot smoother, and be able to actually push out waves, rotate, if you choose to do so. Experience gained from lane minions increased to help reduce the time taken to reach level 18. Lane minions now have a new movement system. Minions now walk in a proper line, have uniform spacing, follow a singular path, and more smooth overall movement behavior. For those of you that have played this game pretty much at all, you know how scuffed the minions were. So seeing that the minions are finally behaving like how minions should, walking in a straight line, not being drunk, this is really good to see. Freezing lanes hopefully will not be as easy, and we'll actually be able to lane and play the game well. Lane minions now gain increased movement speed by every 90 seconds, maxing out at 725 movement speed at the 25-minute mark. I don't know what base minion movement speed is, but essentially all this change means is that whenever you're pushing a wave as you go later in the game, the minions, until they crash into the enemy minions, will spawn, will move faster. So this is good, this is bad for you, depending on if you're pushed in or you're pushed out. So if you're pushed up, you're like sieging an inhib, or you're pushing a tier 2, your reinforcement minions are going to come a lot faster. So, but you just have to also think that their minions, if you're getting pushed in, are also going to come faster. Now the real mobile nerds are going to thrive for sure, Goose. We're going to be out here. Super minions. Okay, so super minions are the minions you get whenever you kill the inhibs. Reverb, does this fix deathballing? I don't know. I haven't played the game enough yet to know with these changes, but it'll drastically help. And you guys are about to see right here, this Raptors boys right here. This right here is going to fix deathballing, but we're not there yet. So super minions, again, super minions are whenever you kill a inhib. Super minions now have 2 unique abilities: reinforced armor, unique passive. Super minions take 70% reduced damage from area of effect abilities. So any ability that does area effects, so Gideon Rocks, Belka Bombs, Sev E, anything like that, 70% reduced damage. Unique passive, reinforced minions grant 35 physical and energy armor to nearby allied minions, excluding other super minions cannot stack. When super minions spawn, they will now replace the siege minion in that wave instead of the melee minion. That's really good, because once you got an inhib down, your waves were just nuts. Super minions now spawn in the front of the wave instead of the rear. Okay, good. Super minions and siege minions now deal 85% and 25% less damage respectively to towers. So this will help with towers getting melted by siege super minions and siege creeps. 2 super minions will now spawn in each wave. All inhibitors are destroyed. That sounds kind of nuts. We'll have to see how that plays out. And here come the big boy changes, boys. Okay. If you thought these were big, these next changes are huge. So fixed jungle minions spawning to be 120 seconds instead of 100. So that was a bug. Camps were spawning every minute and 40 seconds, and now they're going to be every 2 minutes. Can you tell us some of the non-posted changes? Well, let's go through the patch notes first. Hi, son, Pride Champ. Are you winning, son? I think we're winning, dude. We're all winning with this patch. So Raptors, this is huge. The 3-Raptor system was leading to an unhealthy gameplay for many reasons. Their gold and experience values were very high, leading to large amounts of gold funneling and experience leads for teams that could effectively secure the objective. The favor they were granting also only going to the killing player, meaning that more funneling could occur on more influential players and leaving the rest of the team gaining more influence and therefore limiting their impact over the course of the match. So essentially, ADCs and mages were getting way too much favor. Raptors have now turned into the Raptor objective, featuring one large Raptor that grants every member of the killing team 2 favor, along with limited gold and experience. Doing this shifts the objective away from influencing gold and instead experience gain, and instead offers a more separate form of influence for team fights. So there's one Raptor, you kill it, it gives you 50 gold to the killer, 150 XP to anyone that participated in it, and 2 favor for your entire team. So boys, I got a little something here. Let me open this up real quick. How's that boy look? I don't know about you, but that's a pretty girthy boy. I feel like I'm in Jurassic Park seeing this boy, but we'll put that away for now. We'll see in game soon. So, okay. 2 favor to all living or dead members of that team that kills Raptors. So no more TB with 40 favor at the end of the game, and your poor Narbash has like 7. Whole team's killing Raptor. It's big. It's going to be hard to kill, and it's going to be a really big team buff. So hopefully this puts less emphasis on like funneling Raptors and actually being able to contest them as a team rather than just burning them as, you know, a support and a jungler and carry or something. Prime Helix or Prime. 800 global experience is granted to each team, or each of the killing team's members, and an additional 600 local experiences shared amongst members of the killing team that are nearby. 300 global gold is granted to each of the killing team's members. So, more XP and gold to Prime. Prime was not giving any gold for the team that killed it before. So, by killing Prime, you're getting at least 800 XP swing on all your team, but usually your whole team's at Prime when you're taking it. So, 1400 local experience and 300 global gold is huge. So Prime is really going to probably be contested more and more. A lot of times Prime was just used to close out games early. If you were super ahead, or if you were in the end game and you won a big team fight, you'd take Prime and just run it down mid and end. But this change incentivizes taking Prime really as soon as you can to get that huge economy swing. So optimization and lighting. I have not seen any of this, so this is all new to me. Volumetrics. We've started experimenting with rendering volumetric effects, such as clouds, as you can see in Dawn's Base and Fog. These are just tests for now, and we'll continue to introduce new rendering effects like volumetric clouds all over the sky as we go. So we got some weather, boys. It's raining now, I guess. I don't know exactly what that means. Frame rate. We were testing frame rate smoothing to fix FPS stuttering and have locked the FPS to a maximum of 100 until further notice. We will unlock it again as soon as we can guarantee a smoother frame rate at higher numbers. So any of you that were playing at uncapped or 120 frame rate, you probably have seen the stutters. So hopefully this change fixes some of that. It's unfortunate they're capping at 100, but if it's what they got to do to make the game run stable, that's a fine change by me. Bug fixes. These are kind of tedious, but I'll look through them anyway. Ping good game not properly pings good game instead of alternate ready. Okay. Fix issue where keybinds not working with middle mouse buttons. Fix issue with screen resolutions being it so you cannot access settings. Fix issue with getting Belka deployables randomly disappearing. If this fixes Belka's bomb from disappearing, I will personally kiss Fresher on the cheek, dude, if he fixed this, because I don't know how many invisible Belka bombs I've been killed by, but it's too many. Fixed issue with the ability showing ready. Fixed issue with ability showing ready when not having enough mana to cast them. That's good. Fixed issue with blue buff not taking damage from auto attacks. Blue buff's hitbox was way below him, so this is good to see that it's actually working with this hitbox. Fix issue with Radiant Pulse. I don't exactly know what that means, kind of vague. Fix minion aggro when attacking an enemy in lane. So hopefully this means that if you shoot someone in lane, the minions will actually do more than just look at you. Before, if you were like in solo lane and you hit your enemy Sevarog or whatever, the minions would maybe shoot at you for like half a second and then stop shooting. But hopefully with this change, you'll actually get punished for taking trades in lane if it's in a big wave. Fix being able to place more than one shadow ward at a time and cleared the way they appear on the map. Okay. So I guess you can only place one shadow ward. Interesting. Fixed raptor area could go on top of the walls. No more Gideons hopping on top there, smiting raptors with 800 damage Q anymore. Ledges on dual lane can no longer be walked on. Oh, I didn't know what this meant at first. So there's like this little ledge on the very outside of the lane. If like Sevarog knocks you up or something, or you get somehow up there, you just kind of chill up there. That's a weird interaction, but it happens sometimes. So onto bug fixes. It's whatever. Some of these look like they're kind of impactful in gameplay, like being able to see Belga's bomb. But let's go on to heroes. Backing animation works correctly, so no more Muriel spinning on her waist really creepily. Now properly gives a second shield on E, so that's her bubble consecrated ground. That's really big because it's essentially getting double the value out of the ability now. Muriel's in a pretty strong state before, but with this change, she might be a little busted. So we'll see how that goes. Off to balance. Substitution, rip subs. You know, just a moment of silence for our servers that crashed for substitution. All right, on to the changes actually though. Active range increased from 700 to 1500. Wow, that is very far. So I wonder how that's actually gonna affect its usability, because I don't think subs is too good of an item. But having over double the range, it's like essentially auto attack range for carries. So might be some clutch plays coming out of there. Titan's Fist, active ability damage type changed from energy damage to physical damage. I don't know how much this changes Titan's Fist. It's a tank item. It's not run that often. We'll have to just play to see. Aspects. Okay, this is big. Magician, reduced from 0.5 to 0.25 mana regen per 100 missing mana. So Magician got cut in half. I think that's really good. It might be an over nerf, but I think that's fine. Magician felt like you had to run it on essentially anything besides like Chimera, Murdoch, maybe. It was just too strong, and it's not really healthy to have aspects that you feel like you have to take. So I'm really happy to see this change. Heroes, Countess, Shadow Slip Q, energy power scaling reduced from 50% to 40%. Now is a recast delay. I don't know how long this recast delay is, but I definitely know it will make it so you can't just Q in under a tower and drop your right click and E and get out for free, essentially. Dark Tide E, that's her big AoE lion damage attack. Energy power scaling reduced from 110 to 90%, so that's a pretty substantial change. Now is recovery delay. By recovery delay, I'm guessing they mean you can't just like instantly use your next ability after using this, because before you could just roll your face in your whole keyboard as Countess and just kill someone and be just fine. So hopefully that changes this. Energy power scaling reduced from 160% to 100%. Wow, that is a huge nerf. Wow, Countess got slapped, dude. Yeah, you're right, Russ. Off to Gideon. Cosmic Q, base damage reduced from 85 to 80. So it looks like it went down 5. It went down 5. That's it. Just 5. Okay. 5 at all levels. Energy power scaling reduced from 100% to 80%. So that's pretty substantial. I don't know why they reduced the base by 5. But the 20% reduction is kind of interesting. Void Breach, right click. That's the Lion Rock. Base damage changed. Looks like it got lowered by 15 across the board, and its scaling was reduced by 30%. So another big change. Big hits to Gideon. Gideon does do way too much damage. But let's see what they do with his R. Base damage per tick increased by 20, and energy power scaling increased by 7%. So this may be seen as like Gideon nerfs, but it's more of like a power reshift. So he got some damage taken off his Q and RMB, but his ult before felt pretty useless, in my opinion. Like you didn't really use it unless they thunked and blew all their cooldowns. So hopefully this makes Gideon's ult a little more easable in more circumstances. But speaking of thunks, cooldown, Narbash, thunk, cooldown increased from 16, 14, 12, 10, 9 to 16, 14.5, 13, 11.5, 10. So just a small increase in time. So in later levels, it's not going to have as much cooldown. This doesn't really make a difference. I think Narbash is still hands down the best support in the game, although these Muriel changes may say otherwise. So Steel, speaking of supports. Shield Bash R&B, base damage increased, looks like 10 across the board besides level, oh no, it scales up. So increased by 10, increased by 20, increased by 30, increased by 40. So Steel's right click is going to do a lot more damage as you level it up. And then his ult, base damage increased by 30, 45, 80, okay. So, and stun duration reduced from, oh wow, his stun reduced. That's a big reduction on the stun. So TLDR on Steel, his right click's doing more damage, his ult's doing more damage, but you're sacrificing that damage with his ult not being nearly as of a just perma CC. I think these changes are really good. Steel's base damage was kind of abysmal, but now he should be able to perform a little better in different roles. In solo lane, if you all in, you're probably going to be able to do enough damage now to actually kill your laner if you're somewhat ahead. But yeah, I like it. And Twin Blast, last but not least. Grenade Q. Internal cooldown should have a 0.625 second delay in between each charge. Gameplay and minion overhaul. Wait, I think this is a typo. So internal cooldown should now have a 0.625 second delay. So you can't triple nade spam with Gideon or with Twin Blast anymore. That was pretty toxic in my opinion. You just essentially root someone with the fast hitting ADC in the game. Q is still going to be really good ability. You can weave it inside your auto attack still early, and if you need to use the slow, you can. But yeah, this is so far. I mean, this looks like an insane patch. This is definitely the biggest and best patch we've gotten, in my opinion. Huge economy. Let's just run over everything real quick. So huge economy changes to how laning, XP, gold, kill streaks work. Basic attack projectiles increased by 20%. A little smoothing on the cameras and movement. Different movement speeds for all the different classes of characters. Lane minion AI has been fixed. It's easier to last hit under tower, and lane minions get faster into the game the longer they go. Is there a date for this patch? Yes, the patch is coming out today in, I believe, 4 minutes. So it'll be live on Steam in 4, or let me see this Discord announcement. Here's Stranger Studios Quality Life. Servers will be shutting down at 1:30 a.m. EST as we push through the patch. So in 4 minutes, servers are going down, and they'll probably be down for like 45 minutes to an hour. And I'm sure we'll get another announcement when they're back up. But keep going on with this little changes. Super minions. So when you take an inhib, your minions are going to be stronger than they were before. They give 2 new passives, and if you take down all 3 inhibs, 2 super minions will spawn. Jungle. Huge jungle changes. Increased time on jungle minions for white camps, so you're not going to feel like you have to always be clearing your white camps. Raptors, there's now 1 raptor. It gives less overall gold, but it's probably a more healthy objective, less death volley, and all your team gets 2 favor rather than funneling all that favor onto 1 person. Prime gives a lot more economy now, so more XP to your whole team and 300 gold. So Prime's going to be a huge game changer if you're able to secure him early, or if you really need that comeback. Prime may be what you can take after a big team fight if you're able to. Lighting and volumetrics. So I don't really know what this is. We'll have to see till we get in game. But I guess there's fog now and clouds, so hopefully that looks good. Some bug fixes. Huge Muriel change. It's a bug fix. They don't say balance. Even though this is technically a bug fix, now properly gives second shield on E. This is a huge buff. So I think that Muriel is going to be really strong. We'll see how she does in a Narbash at higher levels. Muriel's super impressive right now, and this may put her over the edge. Active range on subs increased. T-Fist damage changed. Huge Magician nerf. I'm so glad this came. And then general balance nerfs on Countess and Gideon and Narbash. Steel got a little buff, and that is it. Do you guys have any questions? Anything you want to say? I think overall that this patch is going to greatly reduce deathballing and really reinforce and reward players. Sorry, excuse me. Reinforce players that have good landing phase. So with minions being able to be last hit easier and having more minions to last hit, if your laner's out rolling around deathballing, you're going to be able to really take advantage of it by just farming up, getting ahead, and like this kill streak change, you won't really feel it as much as the change really is. Like the kill streaks and death streaks on gold and XP is going to drastically change the game. Can you go into more detail on the Magician nerf? Sure. So essentially, how Magician works: Magician's an aspect you pick before you load in the game. And before, Magician was giving you 0.5 mana regen per 100 missing mana. So essentially what this means is you're getting 5% of your missing mana as mana regen. So now you're getting half that value at 0.25. So you're getting 2.5% of your missing mana as mana regen. So if you have 1,000 mana and you're completely out, you're now getting 25 mana regen, or before you're getting 50. Moitashin, hopefully that answers your question. But yeah, like the notes they said, Magician is a very powerful aspect throughout an entire match, especially in the laning phase. Although more proper early game sustained items are coming in the future, the mana regen has been decreased in order to require more meaningful decision to be made, especially when trading in lane in the early game. Too much freedom is currently being given to players to freely use abilities with minor consequences. That's true. Like, have you ever just been in lane as TB and like, yeah, I'll just drop these 3 grenades real quick. I mean, I'm gonna get my mana back. I might as well poke this team for free. But now you actually have to be like, wow, do I really want to use all 3 nades? Do I just need 1? Like, as Gideon, you can't sling rocks the entire laning phase. So hopefully this reinforces actually playing smart with your mana, and maybe people will have to back more for this. But I think the patch should be coming out now. You guys check Steam, see if I got a download. I don't have a download yet, but servers should be going down now. Vid was nuts in the Magi early game. I'm guessing you're saying get Epi. Hi Epi, how you doing, dog? Yeah, I'm so glad Magician got nerfed. But yeah, if you guys got any more questions, just feel free to let me know. I'll hang out for a little while. But if you guys got any statements, comments, anything, I think this should be going up on YouTube. So I'm not exactly sure yet. What's up, Epi? Yeah, this is my first time doing this patch review breakdown. Sorry if it was like slightly scuffed, but this was a gigantic patch, and I've been up for like 19 hours. It's 12:30 a.m. for me. What do you think of the overall patch? I think this patch is great, assuming that all the changes are going to be working properly. Most importantly, the Raptors. My big three takeaways from this patch is Raptors, minion AI, and kill streak gold and XP. Those 3 changes, I think, are going to drastically change the game. You think the heroes will make it in before the end of the month? I have no clue. They said, if I pull up the Discord, don't mind my notifications over here, but we're currently testing the 2 next heroes to be released. We'll be providing more information regarding them in the next few days. Also, we're aware of the game not being able to Steam store, its internal issue, yada. So all they've said is that they're testing them. So I really hope that they're able to do it by the end of the month. That'd be really unfortunate for them if they can't make that. But I think I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm not a dev. I'm a tester, and there's certain things like I can and can't say. But I really hope that they're able to push them up by the end of the month. I really hope so. Can't wait to see those clouds. Yeah, I'm interested. I don't know if it's gonna like start raining on me. Do I need to bring an umbrella? Yeah. Any questions, guys? Raincoat skins. Yeah, can I get a raincoat Bellica? She just chilling with an umbrella instead of her drone. It's just an umbrella that shoots umbrellas at you. end of the month, end of August. Yeah, so they have, if they want to meet their deadline, they have 4 days essentially. Fault is updating now. All right, boys, go update your fault. Let me check this real quick. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Abby? What you need, dog? We do a win tonight? We gonna do that? Read Ray Rook's comment. Repost. Did you discuss the importance of the minions move speed changes already, Reverb? So I went over it a little bit, Ray. So yeah, what I said essentially, I'll just restate it again. It's gonna matter a lot as the game goes on. So they're increasing every wave. Let me go down to that actually, just so I make sure I get this right. So lane minions now gain increased movement speed every 90 seconds, maxing out at 725. So once you hit that like 20-25 minion mark, minions are going to be rolling down the lane really, really fast. So if you neglect, if your solo lane is getting pushed in or something and you're looking at team fight, you're really going to have to probably send someone over way more often and way faster than you did before, because those minions coming at your tower are coming way faster. So, but also on your side, whenever you're pushing a tower, minions are going to be coming fast for you as well. So those reinforcement waves coming in faster should really help sieging towers. But it also, you need to be aware of split pushes. They're going to be way more dangerous. You know, your split push Greystone just AFK all game is going to have more CS now. He's going to be taking towers like a champion. So pushing a thing now, I think it should be. Again, I haven't had my hands in the patch really yet, so we'll have to see how it plays out. This is all, we have to see how it plays out. But these system changes are gigantic to the game and its health. So I'm really happy with what they did. Props to Jamson and Sylphan, the two main game designers. I know they've been putting in work. I'm good friends with Jamson, and I help him out from time to time. He asks me for some input, and we just talk about stuff sometimes. But I know that it takes really hard work for the dev team to actually implement all this stuff. But buff to Sevarog? Oh, true. Buff to Sevarog and buff to Queen. So since there's more minions on the map now, 33% more minions essentially, more stacks for Sev, and more Queen procs. For those of you that don't know how Queen works, every 6 last hits you get 1.5 energy power. So with more minions, you're going to be getting a lot more damage from Queen and a lot more stacks from Sev. So yeah, Sev, like sleeper buff for this patch. For sure, Geese, that was a good point. Ray, was that essentially what you were thinking? Did I miss anything with the minion changes you were wanting to state? Definitely good overall patch, even with some of the hero balance is questionable in my opinion. None of the heroes readjusted for the new wave values like Sev, Bellica, Mana Refund, yeah. Queen and Warlock new mage aspects, for sure. Nerf to Beast Hunter then? I guess technically it's Nerf to Beast Hunter, but the thing about the old camp timers, so they increased by 20 seconds, right? The old camp timers were almost like holding you down too much. Like you felt pressured that you needed a jungle. So now as a jungler, you have to, since deathballing is going to be as strong, you're going to have to actually like commit to when you're like wanting to roam to objectives or roam for a gank. And also with the raptor change, only having one raptor, Storm Affliction or like any of the affliction items that smite jungle creeps, it is going to be so important for junglers to be able to secure objectives with smite, because I'm guessing the raptor, the dinosaur, is going to have a lot of health, so being able to secure that for your team is going to be huge. I'm sure there's going to be plays where you're just going to hop in as Chimera, smite the raptor, and peace out. But I'm worried about double smite. Yeah, I mean, stuff like that, I guess they could have foresight for, but it's going to be really hard to know until actually they have data and see players playing the game. But I think it should be okay. Smite shouldn't have any stats. I don't 100% agree, but I'm not sure. But yeah, smiting the raptor for like 2,000 damage isn't really healthy if your whole team has it. But we'll see how it plays out. Guys, any more questions? We're gonna play this song again just because I like it so much. This song is sweet. Shout out to S.A. Reed for the song. Hey, thank you for being here, Goose. Hopefully this was educational content. Again, this is the first one. Hopefully the first of many. But I'm about to hop onto my account and stream once I get this patch downloaded. So if you guys want to join me over at Reverb OP on Twitch, I will be there, probably playing all night. So did they make it so it's hard to reach level 18? I don't think so. It should be easier, if anything. And yeah, you guys have a great night, and I will see you later.